As we saw in the tutorial, there are two teams in the game, Loyals and Leakers. Every player belongs to one of these teams, who will win or lose the game as a team. Leakers try to undermine the president by leaking information and eventually getting the president impeached, while Loyals try to stop the leakers and keep the president in power. The number of leakers is always fewer than the number of Loyals, but leakers know who their teammates are. Loyals, on the other hand, have no idea who's on their side and who's a leaker. There are specific roles in each team that give special information and abilities to the players. Let's take a look at these roles one by one. Staffer. This is the most basic role on the Loyal side. This was the role you had in the tutorial. Staffers have no special information and should mainly rely on their perception and deduction to play the game. There is usually more than one staffer in the game. Informant. This is the most basic role on the leaker side. They have no additional abilities, but as a leaker, they still know who else is on their side. Now, let's take a look at the most important role in the game, the agent. The agent is hired undercover to protect the special interest of some powerful entities by keeping the president in power. That's why the agent is on the Loyal side. Through the intelligence of these employers, the agent gets a secret message containing the names of all leakers. However, the agent should avoid openly sharing this information with others to protect their cover. If leakers get to identify the agent correctly, they will win the game by testifying against them. In other words, if leakers find out who the agent is, they will win the game regardless of anything else that happens in the game. That's why protecting the identity of the agent should be the top priority of the Loyals. Another important detail about the agent is that the agent never receives a special power. All Loyals should be careful about publicly announcing their power or making their role obvious in any other way, because that would get the leakers one step closer to finding the agent. The next role on the leaker's side is Testifier. Testifier is the player who gets to testify against the agent. If Loyals manage to deliver 3 tasks successfully, the game moves to the testifying phase, when the testifier gets one chance to pick the real agent. At this phase, leakers can have a discussion and advise the testifier, but the ultimate decision will be made by the testifier. If the agent is detected correctly, leakers will win the game. Otherwise, Loyals win. That was all of the roles in a 6-player game. In game with 7 players or more, 2 more roles are added to the game. The trustee on the Loyal side and the faker on the leaker side. These roles are related to each other. The trustee is trusted by the president and is secretly assigned to identify the agent for him. At the start of the game, the trustee receives a secret message containing the names of 2 suspects. One of them is the real agent, but the other one is the faker. The trustee tries to identify the real agent to follow their lead and take hints from them in discussions and votings. The faker can take advantage of this by trying to act like an agent to earn their trust and feeding them wrong information. That was all of the roles for games with 8 players or less. For games with 9 or 10 players, one last role is added to the leakers, the mole. The mole is a high-ranked officer who has unexpectedly turned their back against the president. The mole's identity is hidden to everyone, even the agent.